this is a video for all the people that saying Jesus didn't speak Greek. Yes, he did, right? We look at Pontius Pilate. The reason why we know Jesus spoke Greek, one, was because in the 1st century AD, Jerusalem, Israel, was conquered by the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire was actually dominant over the face of the earth in the 1st century AD. And what we see here is that the people who were conquered had to conform to the Roman government, but on top of that, they also had to learn Greek to speak with the Romans. Now, Latin and Greek was a very prominent language within the Roman Empire, so a lot of them actually learned Greek so that they could, talk with the Roman officials that governed them. And Jesus being one of them. Jesus was likely to know Greek, and then we see in the Gospel of John when Jesus is having his dialogue with Pontius Pilate does not know Hebrew. He does not know Aramaic. So how is Jesus communicating with him, and how is Pontius Pilate communicating back to Jesus? It's only if Jesus was speaking Greek or Latin, but it's most likely Greek. That's what it is. It's most likely Jesus speaking Greek. And many scholars actually agree, even secular scholars, that Jesus must have spoken Greek because of his dialogue with Pontius Pilate, which is a historical fact, by the way, because it's recorded in all the Gospels how Jesus was speaking with Pontius Pilate. So it's actually kind of crazy how people actually just deny this fact, and they try to say, you know what, Jesus never spoke Greek, the disciples didn't know Greek, so why are the Gospels written in Greek? 1, Jesus knew Greek. 2, Matthew the tax collector, he's collecting the taxes, and he's governed by Roman officials. He's actually required to learn to speak Greek and to write in Greek. So, 1, we have disciples of Jesus knowing to speak Greek and knowing to write in Greek, Jesus himself knowing to speak Greek, and then we see the reason why they wrote the Gospels in the Greek language was because English right now, think of it, English right now is the dominant language on the planet, on the face of the earth right now. English is dominant. You go to Japan, people speak English. You go to Russia, people speak English. You go to other places, people speak English. It probably isn't good, but they learned it because they realized that English is the universal language as of the 21st century. But back in the 1st century, what was the universal language? You guessed it, it was Greek. So they probably wrote the Gospels in Greek to reach more people because that was the universal language, and the disciples thought kingdom-mindedly, and they were like, you know what, instead of writing this in Hebrew, which not a lot of people know, we're going to write it in Greek, which everybody knows, so that they can accept Jesus as their Lord and Savior, and accept the testimony that we're writing. That makes sense, but they want to deny all this because they don't want to live for Jesus. And they realize that the historical evidence is very strong concerning, is very prominent concerning Jesus and the disciples knowing the Greek language. God bless you all. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.